Good morning. Thank you for joining 10 Minutes to Get More, especially if you're joining me live. It is Easter bank holiday Monday in the UK, hence my different background. I'm at my in-laws' place and it's lovely. So well done for joining. Today is for my team leaders, my C-levels and founders in travel who want to get the most from their teams and especially commercial teams, which is my area of expertise. So have you ever been wondering why you're no closer to your company goals or your team's goals, despite the fact that everyone's really busy and working hard all the time? Or why the team doesn't change what they're doing when you've explained your new expectations or you're raising the bar? And does it perhaps feel like they're in their comfort zone doing what they've always done? Well, you know that is certain disaster for your goals. That's what I call circling. And here's what I would do if I took over a team or a company that was circling. So drop in a comment, let me know who's joining me live. You're very dedicated and happy to answer any questions as we go along too. So what is circling and why does it matter? So the world of travel has historically been very high touch and low tech. So we all know what the back office system of a bed bank or a travel agent looks like, or a hotel PMS, and it ain't pretty. And we all know the reasons why people use those travel agents still: reassurance, expertise, to find hidden gems, for support while traveling, and that's what high touch is. But tech and AI are now changing the industry hugely, and we're moving towards being high touch and high tech, which means we need to react differently. There's more complex products and concepts to sell or negotiate. So people who've been, for example, contracting for B2B companies for 20 years are now selling those same hotels media solutions, AI-powered bots, and fintech solutions, which is a really different skill set. And those people are the ones who've built deep relationships over many years and perhaps aren't equipped properly yet to sell those new shiny objects that the company is working on. And there's a more and more complex macro environment. While we know that disruption and interruption is part of travel all the time, at the moment there's a lot going on. So quick reminder, if you haven't seen it already, you can see on my YouTube channel, I've shared a map of commercial velocity, and there's two key elements to getting your team up there. So first is your direction. This is a clear vision of where you need the company or the team to be heading, which the whole team understands. This needs to be formed into a strategy which can be used to make decisions about priorities. So you need everyone in the company to get it and know how it applies to their role, meaning it needs to be simple and straightforward. So that could look like having a really clear ICP, really clear guardrails on commercial decisions, a clear marketing strategy or buying strategy. And in this direction, we've got the speed. So that's how efficiently and how well your team is executing on the job. In our industry, that means hotel industry specific knowledge and skills, also the right language to help them be successful with their sales and account management skills and successful with their partners, communication skills, negotiation skills, leadership skills for your managers, for example, and the whole team taking ownership on getting the job done. So if you're circling down here, what that means is you've got all the speed, you've got all the hotel industry knowledge, you've got all the expertise in the systems or whatever it is, but you haven't got the direction clear. So perhaps it's not up to date. So the team is still working hard on an old direction. And I would say a lot of companies are here, trundling along without reviewing their plans and their processes. So it could be that the CEO or the team leader has a vision for something new or something bigger, but she or he can't translate it down to the team, or the team isn't stepping up to the new vision and sticking in their comfort zone instead. So if you're here, your go-to-market team, your sales team, your contracting team is doing what they've always done, keeping busy with the usual tasks, renewing contracts, loading things in the system, hopefully at least meeting their buyers and suppliers, but not breaking any new ground. And the problem is that what got you here won't get you to the next level, especially when AI and technology is changing things so fast. Travel remains high touch and it needs to be high tech as well. So is your team ready? Will they choose to join you on that journey and adapt to selling the new products, or will they stick in their comfort zone? So here's what I would do if with a company or a team which is in that mode of circling. Starting at the top, because that's where the direction needs to come from, with the senior leadership team, I would focus on these two pillars of the pilot principle. So self-leadership and support. What we want to do here is take the lead on where our company needs to go, don't bury your head in the sand, and create an environment of support that helps other people understand it. So look at the big picture of where the company is wanting to go, your plan to 2040 or whatever it looks like, but also review that in taking into account the macroeconomics or macro environment, of your politics, policies that affect travel, economics, your different source markets, the kind of hotel supply that's changing in the places you're looking after. Then I'll do a bit of a SWOT analysis. So internally, how's your tech? How's your culture? How's your approach? And what skills do you have in the team? And then also externally, which clients or suppliers are you working with? Which markets are you working in? I would then create a mission and vision, and that's really that long-term direction of how you want to do things, what guides you. And like I said, this needs to all be distilled down to be simple enough that people at all levels can make decisions of what to do or what not to do to follow that strategy. I've been in too many companies where the strategy is a 5,000 page, 100 words per slide McKinsey style playbook, and it's impossible to follow. This then has to be communicated down to everyone in the company in a collaborative way as well, so that they feel engaged. So I would engage and collaborate with your frontline team, your middle management team, shadow some client or supplier meetings to spot the gaps. Are we moving towards that strategy or away from that strategy in our everyday work? Even do client interviews to see what they think about our company, and also shadow some internal meetings to see how those ideas are being communicated and reinforced. I would look at communicating that strategy really well and clearly, deal with concerns about change if there are any, and confirm there will be support to change. We can't just drop a bomb and expect people to adapt. I'd also set really clear standards and expectations of what the new normal looks like. Sorry to use that phrase, but it has to be clear to everyone. If they're going to be on the journey, then they need to know what the journey is. And the last pillar is skills. So I already talked about your team probably has a lot of the travel industry knowledge and skills, but with a new direction or an adjusted direction, you might have a need to update the skills in your company too. So let's have a little look. Is there specific training and coaching they need? Speaking their partner's language, what I like to call the hotel lexicon if you're working with hotels. Do you know what's keeping a GM up at night? Account planning and negotiation skills. Understanding your company's value proposition. And really importantly, I see so many companies get this wrong. They're not leveraging the whole production or importance of the company with their partners and clients. Each individual is only looking at what they impact. So we need to break down those silos between the teams. This could also look like leadership skills, delegating, giving proper feedback, really proper feedback, having clear career plans for your team. And with that, with all those pillars going, you can reach commercial velocity, which looks like having a clear vision and direction, having looked at new perspectives and industry changes, and that is communicated and trained down to the team, reviewed and tweaked, because nothing stands still in travel, and you're updating the skills and knowledge of your team at the same time. If this is something you'd like for your company, feel free to book in a chat. You've got the QR code up there, and let me know how that landed with you. Have a wonderful week.